We're filming? Is that what's happening? Mm-hmm. We haven't even pointed out the fact that you're back. Well, Garrett's here. Look at that. Yay. So we're social distancing. We're 1.5 meters apart. Let me qualify also by saying that there are 0 COVID cases
where we live.
Yay! But we're being extra careful. So Gareth is still working from home, except for this project in particular, which I needed him on site for because it was a 24-hour challenge where I made a 3D animated movie in 24 hours. And he can't work remotely on the video because there's 24 hours of footage on multiple cameras. So he's here for probably the rest of the week. And Jeremy's back. And Jeremy's a dad now. Hang on. Just that. Right. It's Jeremy! Yay! How you going, Jeremy?
Yeah, good, mate.
What are you working on, buddy?
Oh, bit of the hobby box.
Oh, bit of box.
Yep.
Bit of the box stuff.
Top secret. Not really, but a little bit.
Awesome. That was it. Jeremy just said unexpected vlog. And it is an unexpected vlog. I wasn't in a vlogging mood earlier in the day. You just cracked it out and started filming when you noticed my energy was... That's a pro move.
Also
right
got
there.
nothing to edit.
And he's got nothing. It's 4:40 p.m. But these are the sort of moves I crack out. And it's the end of the day and I've been slowly losing my mind. I haven't even filmed today. But I've just been doing so much like admin and emails and calls and stuff that I'm like, all my energy's like, it always ends up with this. This is one of my many moves. I've also had a song in my head. What is it, Gareth?
I think we're alone now.
There doesn't seem to be anyone around.
I think I'm alone now.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But you guys have been
What's the
singing, jamming with me for like 3 hours.
Jam session in here.
Yeah.
Can you do some work?
I'm always working. Check this out. I'm working. I'm working.
We've got a deadline.
This is the other side of the 24-hour challenge. First of all, 24-hour challenge. I mean, that was an ordeal. But now we have, like, shows a bit of the project.
I can't fit it all on the one screen. I feel like drag all these out.
There's a sexy preview for you right there.
There you go.
Look at that.
So this is the footage here.
Yeah.
It doesn't look as impressive because I've actually layered it all. I've actually compound clipped it all.
Yeah. How many is that? That's 30 hours of footage. How do you feel editing that?
It's intimidating.
You're welcome.
It's the biggest project I've worked on here.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's going to be one to watch out for.
Cybertruck was an ordeal, but this is actually another level.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Oh yeah. So let me start off. We started off with some great dance moves, but let me then follow up that with a thank you. First of all, to everyone's support and reaction to the big box sort of sneak peek, which, yes, I was obviously very enthusiastic, but yeah, you guys are too, which is really exciting. And also, I'm really glad that I have given some early sneak peeks because some of your feedback is very helpful. For example, I misspelt minis. On the minis box, it's not supposed to have an apostrophe. So thank you for everyone who pointed that out. And in the nick of time, I could change it. So I've just gotten rid of the apostrophe. Wait for it. There you go. Fixed. That's because of you. It's because I listen to you, you listen to me. We help each other out. We make each other better. That's what we do. Now, you know what that means? That means this. This is an exclusive, now extremely rare and valuable mistake. This only exists in one form. There will only ever be one minis with an apostrophe S box. But for the full thing and the ones I'm actually going to unbox, they'll be fixed. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow. Now, and the next day, someone very talented and skilled and patient has cut 30 hours. How long, where are you at now?
We're down to 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
So it's got to be cut in half still.
Round of applause for this man. Hey, 420 subs. Blaze it, 420, blaze it. Is that what people say, blaze it?
I don't support this whatsoever.
How's the pizza?
Really good.
Okay, well there you go. A bit of an insight into some of the shenanigans in the office in the last few days. Funny thing is, I think it's mainly when I have to sort of sit down and go through all the admin-y, bitsy prep sort of emails and contracts and all that stuff that like all my energy that I usually just push into videos and creations just sort of goes, and then then I infuriate the people around me. Holes and I'm working. But now that people are back, I thought I'd do that thing that I promised I'd do when everyone left, which was a bit of a Q&A. Excel Orator says, is the beard and mustache here to stay? Yes. Shit. Lightning X says, hi Jazza, how are you doing today? Just checking if you're still normal and not losing your mind. I hope your family is well. I'm always losing my mind. I've been losing my mind since the beginning, but I'm losing my mind in a good way, in the fun way. It's sometimes not the fun way, it's always a way, but it's the good way. Thanks for checking. MH Aquatic says, have you ever tried trying aquascaping? It's art underwater. Good thought. I'll add it to my list, thank you. Mama Poof says, how do you overcome your worst struggles? What do you recommend getting rid of mental blocks that keep you from getting on with work? Honestly, and I deal with this all the time, and I have in my entire career as an artist, you just start. It's like this podcast I heard with Joe Rogan where he was talking about exercise. The first thing that people meet is resistance, and most people stop at resistance. Oh, I don't want to go to the gym, or I'm tired, or I'm busy, or I'm stressed, or I'm whatever. It's the same with art. Like this door painting thing, for example. I had to go through all the work admin stuff before recording a video. Usually that saps me of all my energy and enthusiasm. By the time I go to start a video, I'm like, but I got to start. So I just, took my time, had a coffee, just eased my way into sitting in front of the camera, and I just started. By the time I started, the momentum was rolling. I wasn't confident in the artwork I was making up until the last few seconds of like putting it together. I'm like, oh, that is cool. I do want to do that. It's a very long answer, I'm sorry. This is the worst rapid fire ever. Horizon 319 says, now that YouTube is a more demanding money-making machine for both creators and users, what would it take for you to no longer want to be a creator on YouTube? Do you think YouTube will hit a point where it isn't worth the immense struggle? That's a great question. Honestly, I think it would come, if it comes to a fork in the road where I have to either make sensational videos I may not be enthusiastic about, and that entirely doesn't serve the people I've been serving for the last 8 years, or have a smaller audience and make stuff that we care about, then I will pick the latter. But that's when I would probably switch to doing something like opening up a Patreon or doing something like that, doing bigger projects that take a longer time and really switching in the opposite direction. But I wouldn't stop YouTube. I would stop doing YouTube in the way YouTube would demand of me to be a YouTuber, but YouTube is content creation and it's a sharing platform, and that's where I thrive. From Beyond says, any advice, art related or otherwise, you wish you had when you were a kid? That's a tricky one. Honestly, it's gonna sound super boring because all the creative stuff is the stuff I've always been good at and found the answers to. It's always the business stuff that I've hit blocks and had issues with. And one of the things that I learned the hardest way over the longest period of time was get your shit in writing. If you're working with something, especially on a project over a longer period of time, especially if there's money involved, whether you're getting paid or you're paying someone else, have a clear arrangement, write it down, preferably with everyone signing it. Doesn't have to be written by a lawyer, just like that matters because people's idea as to what they're worth to a project or what they are owed after they've done the work always changes. Yours, theirs, everyone's. Get it in writing, build your expectations, and be a level-headed person about it. I must sound like weird advice to like sit down opposite like a child and be like, now listen here, you're gonna want an agreement, you're gonna want to sign on the dotted line, you're gonna want to keep a written record of everything everyone says at every time. But I'm taking your question as like, as you head into the professional world of being an artist, not like, as an 11-year-old, you got to do this. Anyway, that's what I would say heading into young adulthood. Ashley Garcia says, has there been any times where everything has been so bad you wanted to quit YouTube? That's an interesting question. The honest answer is no. And I think there is an optimistic part of me at my very core that I'm lucky to have. Like when life gets so bad that you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I've never been someone who doesn't know that there's going to be a way out eventually. And that's something I'm really grateful for. And it goes the same with YouTube. There might be times where I don't see when I'm going to come out on the other side of something or solve a problem or feel great about what I'm doing. But there is always a part of me that has had the faith that eventually I'll figure it out or something good will happen or whatever if I'm just consistent. Even if I don't have the energy or happiness or pleasure to focus on something right now, I've never really been close to throwing in the towel in any of the stuff that matters to me. Evergreen says, after months of not drawing, how does one find it within themselves to get back on the horse and draw and imagine again? That's a good question. You're talking about the spark. You need to find that spark. I think maybe if you're talking about a situation where someone has done it and loved it before, remind yourself of what you did and you loved before. So just try that thing again. Try a little twist on it. Maybe try something new, like a new medium or art supply, or I don't know, do something, treat yourself, get yourself a new pen and sketchbook, maybe a new how to draw book, but then actually focus on creating something that you know you used to love creating, but also be open to that changing. I think that's probably the point is it's almost like the light is off and you have to like search around to find something in the dark, but you found it before. So you know what it feels like. You just have to be willing to stumble around a little bit to get there. Lynn Cho says, were you offered any jobs by major art companies like Pixar or Disney? No, I was not. I did not apply, but I was offered client work by larger companies. I did a job for Coles, which is a shopping centre in Australia, and some other larger companies approached me that I actually didn't end up doing work for. But I vividly remember having a distinct conversation with a director of an animation company, and he was saying, you need to do what I do. You need to be a director of an animation company. And I knew I didn't. I knew that like years ago I might have thought that that would be the dream job, but I had learned that I, as a creative, need to do what I want to do at any given time. And I find distinct dissatisfaction in following a path someone else lays out for me. But that's just me. But I told him, like, you could offer me $300,000 or $400,000 a year to be an animation director, and I will be less happy than if I was living off of brown rice and tuna and just doing whatever creative projects I want and barely able to pay my bills, which is where I was at the time, actually. And I was happier than I would have been as an animation director, I believe. That's just me. Zin1248 says, is Jeremy coming back after Sundays or is he never gonna come back? I'm afraid he's never coming back. I'm gonna leave it there. That was a good round. Good round of questions. Thank you all for submitting your questions. Let me know if you want to do this again sometime. That was nice. And there are more I could go back to, but you could also leave some more in the comments of this video. But I'm going to leave that vlog where it is. This has become a hefty one. I've had too much energy in the last few days. It's not too much energy. I always have too much energy. But I've finally, I'm in this place where I have more energy than I have places to put it. But I'm going to put it right here in the next couple of days. So wish me luck. I'll see you later. I keep forgetting to say, do the things in this video because I'm being a YouTuber on this vlog channel now. Like and subscribe. Jazz gang. Is that what I'm supposed to say? I don't know. But this is like a substantial channel now, and I keep telling myself I need to... You're watching him too, right? Did he move? Cheeky bastard. Anyways, do that stuff, because I'm a YouTuber now.